Mandy spotted a big vertical crack in the beam, and vertical cracks aren't so good. Horizontal cracks are all right because that's just, shrinkage in the beam, but vertical cracks, yeah, that's really, really bad. We got guests coming soon, and we could use them as guinea pigs to see if it drops on their head, but the beam itself isn't that great. There are other problems with it as well. So yeah, it's probably best if we sort that out, really. Another vertical crack. And yet another one. This beam has had it. Now I don't know what this is either in the beam. It could be a knot hole, but seeing as it's surrounded by woodworm as well, it might be some kind of infestation or rot, or it might actually be fungus or something. Yeah, either way, it's rather dodgy. And where it goes into the wall is actually soaking wet, and all around it the mortar has been washed out, so it's basically just floating in free air.
We're getting the new windows very soon. We've been clearing up around the window, and while chipping off the plaster, which is about 6 inches thick, they've also padded it out with roof tile. It's good going, I think. It's done the trick, it's made it level. However, it's not kind of what we want as the finish for the wall. So I'm trying to chip it all off very carefully because this is very loose and very dry. It was soaking up by the window. It stunk of damp. And this morning we've come through, now it's all off, it's smelling okay again. Yeah. In fact, there's no smell. So I've got to finish off chipping all this by the end of today, ready for the next instalment.
It's snowing!
It was 14 degrees yesterday, and today the temperature's just gone
boink.
And now we've got snow.
Snow!
Lovely. I don't think it'll stick though.
No.
The ground's very wet.
Yeah.
And the big thing we're having problems with is finding windows this size.
Yeah.
Which is quite bizarre.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have kept the curved tops.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's going to be possible.
No.
I think we're going to have the bog standard straight square windows.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I said the windows were all a standard size.
Yes.
Well.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, the top of the window is curved, isn't it?
Yes.
And it appears that not all windows are a standard size. I found one which is, our window is 1.3 meters wide by 1.74 meters tall. I found one which is 1 meter wide by 1.75 meters tall, which means we got to sort of cut sort of like a bit off the bottom with like a big disc cutter.
Yeah, we can do that.
And pad it out the sides. But we fitted windows in the past, and the dimensions they give aren't exactly correct, are they? So we're gonna have to, and also it's not that local, so we're gonna have to go on a bit of a road trip. So we're gonna have to go on a bit of a road trip, and we won't know if it fits until it gets here.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, let's face it,
it's hanging
in by its teeth.
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't going to last
the day, is it?
It'll last the day, I think, but it's not. If the weather turns, because at the moment it's unseasonably mild and warm and no wind. Once the wind picks up, if you can have a look there,
yeah,
it's just there's nothing holding it in anymore.
No.
They rattle.
Yeah, it literally blows in the breeze.
Yeah,
so
the bottom's going to fall out very soon.
No, so basically
I've banging underneath.
I've found a bit of double glazing. It's not quite the right size.
When you say road trip, do I need to pack an overnight bag road trip, or is it in a day road trip?
It's in a day road trip. Yeah, so it's almost the right size, not quite, and the dimensions on the web aren't very descriptive.
It's going to be better than this one.
Yes.
And we can make it fit somehow.
With a big disc cutter, possibly. That's all I can say at the moment.
I think we'll go and get it, and we'll see.
Yes. We've just picked up our window, but the problem is it's not got any handles.
We don't think it's got the fittings, so we're going to have to open it in the van.
Yeah.
To see if it's got the fittings. Otherwise, we're going to have to go into the shop and buy some while we're here. Really.
Yeah. And we might have to have a quick measure while we're here as well to see if it's the right dimensions as well.
Yeah. Before we head too far off.
Yeah. It's a good job we measured them while we're here, because at the moment they definitely won't fit in the hole, and we're going to have to take a disc cutter all round to the hole that they got to fit into, and they don't come with a handle, so we're going to have to go back into the store, see if they sell handles for them. We hope they sell handles, and so we definitely have got our work cut out to get these to fit at the moment. But we got windows.
We have the new window looking fabulous, may I say, and that thing needs to come out.
It does. We've tried to take it out before, but basically the wood was so fragile that as soon as we tried to take it out, it just, the wood
disintegrated.
Yeah, it was rotten, and if we tried to take it out, it was just going to fall apart. So we're going to take it out and put the new one in today. And,
fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. So yeah, we just got to get on with it, really, haven't we?
Yeah. Do you think our little metal strip will work? You got it? Yeah.
Now the window's out, you can really see the state of the window frame. It really was rotten, and it was time this was replaced. I mean, look at the state of that. We actually tweaked the frame in the end. We trimmed about 9mm off the bottom of the frame, not too much, but there are some little drain holes, and they have to be above the window frame. So yeah, what we're going to do is, just to be doubly certain, we're going to cut some grooves in the bottom of the window ledge, and that'll give it sort of like a extra bit, but these are actually above the sill now, so that's doubly good. But yeah, it all fits, so yeah, that is really good. So all we got to do is get the bracketry in place and job done.
Saying that, but I would like to varnish the outside of the frame first before we fix it on. Purely because part of it is hidden by stonework and brickwork.
Yeah.
And at least if it's varnished, it's protected.
Yeah.
So I'd like to do that before you actually fix it in, please.
Yeah, I got some yacht varnish down in the cave.
Perfect. So we'll use that then, because most of the frame is hidden on the outside, but it will just offer that little bit of protection. Because it's in the shade a lot outside. It's in the shade at the back of the house.
Yeah. So
it's going to, as we know by looking at the state of that frame, it's going to get hit.
Yeah.
So I'd rather it be nicely protected.
Yeah. So I've cut some grooves in the windowsill and sort of aged them down a little bit, and hopefully they're aged down a little bit more with a bit of weather. And the window is now about ready to go in. I'd like to say they went in easy, but I think it was actually third or fourth attempt we finally got them to go in square. Yeah, the problem was the frame kept flexing, so what we had to do is we had to put the windows in and lock them securely shut. That isn't the final handle we're using, by the way. That was the only one they had in stock at the time. And yeah, it was a bit of a pain, to say the least.
So the plan now is to build out this wall. So, and that way it'll help support the window from underneath as well, because I don't know if you can see this through the camera, but there's a big hole here.
Yeah, huge.
Yeah, so I need to bring out the wall sort of underneath this window here.
Flush.
Yeah, ish. Flush-ish. So I've gone and got a load of stone from outside.
From the bread oven.
Well, from the bread oven and from the garden. So what I'll do is I'll just fill the gap between the floorboards and the wall there with lime render.
Yep.
And then I can start building up on top of that then.
Yeah.
Slowly, little bit at a time. Because if the mortar's too wet, then the stones are just going to hit on top of each other. So I need to make the mix a little bit drier, so that it holds itself.
Yeah. Because the rains are coming in next week, aren't they? Yeah. So we got a little bit of time, but not that much.
Well, we've had drizzle today, and it's the wind and the rain haven't been blowing in this way, which has been fantastic.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've done all the surround of the window.
Yeah, done well.
Yeah. I've done something. I've made a wall. Yeah. I'm really pleased with it. The hardest part is trying to find which stones go where. And I've been up and down those stairs so many times looking for a particular stone in the garden. And of course now I've got this last little section here, which is even worse because I only want little stones. Not that one. I only want little tiny stones, but they've still got to have a face on them and look half decent. Oh, nearly there. And then tomorrow what I'll do then is go out, open the window and just do the outside there. And then there's no fear of the window moving then, because it will have had a good couple of days drying, and that is practically dry on the sides now. So, I've done a wall. I'm quite pleased with my wall. It's not the biggest wall, it's not like the Great Wall of China or anything, but it's a wall, and I've done it. I just need to brush back the lime render a little bit, but I think it's still a bit damp, so I might leave that till tomorrow. Yeah. But no, I'm really pleased.
Got your new handle on as well.
Yeah, window works perfectly. It opens and closes just like a window should.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah. Splendid.
Splendid, a good job jobbed.
This beam is coming out and we've got to cut the floorboards. So what I'm doing is I'm going to drill a hole through and I'm going to drill a hole through like so, and I'm going to get a cable tie and I'm going to poke it through the hole as a marker, like so. So when I go up in the loft, I'll be able to, if it'll stay there, I'll be able to see that, and then I'll be able to cut the floorboards along that line. There we go, one marker. So hopefully when I go up in the loft I'll be allowed to cut along that line like so, and we'll be able to remove all those floorboards. That's the plan. I found my little cable tie marker. There's one just there, and if you follow the Lasgo laser line, there'll be another one right up the end. And I'm going to use my circular saw, and we're going to cut and bash all of these floorboards out right now. Some of them just don't want to come up.
Some of them are well and truly stuck, are they?
Well, some of them, a roofing nail, 4 inches long would be enough for oak, wouldn't you think?
Yeah.
But no, some of them have got 6 nails in them. Ugh. It's unbelievable.
They didn't want them to move.
They really didn't want them to move. So yeah, they're not coming up very easily at all. So yeah, as you can see, they're just splitting. So yeah.
Yeah, we might be able to use some of them again. We might not be able to use some of them again.
No, yeah. That is already one huge great hole, but to get proper access to that beam, we decided we need to go bigger. This room has really been a challenge. It's really beginning to
mildly,
test us.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been fun.
Oh, I've had great fun building my wall.
Yeah.
The Great Wall of Cruise.
I mean, a year ago we had this is our first house. We've never, when we moved to France, we'd never owned a house before, so we're both complete novices at this. So
if we ever had a problem, the landlord would come and fix it.
Yeah. So but this room is really presented quite a few challenges.
A challenge, yes, that's a good word. It's a challenge.
It's been a bit of a trial, so to speak, and but it's all been good fun.
It has.
And I think next week, that's going to be even more of a challenge, because we've got a 5 metre long beam to somehow get into this room, and we haven't quite figured that out, and it might have to come through the brand new window we've just put in. No. So so we're somehow going to have to get that up out the outside of the house, maybe through a window and up. Maybe
I don't know.
Diagonally through the hole in the roof and in somehow. No. We haven't worked that one out yet.
But this week, I've really enjoyed it. Actually, I've enjoyed building the stone wall. The fact that we now have a working window that fits perfectly,
and there isn't going to be ice on the inside and the outside of the house anymore, which is going to be
it'll make
amazing.
A huge difference in here.
And there won't be walnut shells.
If I don't see another walnut shell this year, it'll be a miracle.
Amazing. And skeletons in the ceiling and stuff like that.
You kind of forget how bad it was, really, don't you?
Yeah. So that's going to be absolutely amazing. So it's been a good couple of weeks, hard graft, but I mean, the fact that ceiling beams aren't going to fall on us for any time soon is going to be great as well. So
we've got to take one out first, love. So I wouldn't say that. Early days.
The fact that it's only being held up by I don't know what at the moment is
not a lot
now, because the only thing what was holding it up were the floorboards, and I've now removed the floorboard. So I don't know what's holding it up now. So and we're standing.
And gravity.
Yeah.
And we're underneath it.
Oh well.
What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah. So, onwards.
Onwards and upwards.
Yeah. So, as usual, folks, give us a bit of the old like and subscribe.
It does like that.
I does love a bit of that. And we'll see you.
See you next time.
See you next time.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.